Blessed is the man that worketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord. And in this law does he hide sunrise and sundown. Him I go there like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him leaf never I go wither, and whatsoever him jewel shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now there, so them there like a chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon the judgment of the sinner man them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God Jah loveth the way of the righteous and the way of the sinner man them always and always. I go perish. Our mouse of Bolisa, I don't know what to. It was sick player for. How what are you mo? How you all are done? This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, never claim to be. We have taken sides, the side of the truth. This is the domicile of the truth. We are the headquarters of the truth. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. In my name, Black Rasta. Now in every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking, ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food in all its palatability for the nourishment of the family. Oh yes, that is what we do exactly here, literally. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, and subject that to some forensic scrutiny. Yes, forensic scrutiny. Right after which we pick up the creme de la creme of all these ideas and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. And of course, one more time, my name, Black Rasta. We are live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please hit on the subscription button. And also hit on the notification button so that anytime we are on, you will be reminded to watch us. Do me a favor. Please share the broadcast, like and comment so many more people can be part of this wonderful discussion tonight. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. Can I tell you more? My brother, my sister, our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Or if you have a story you want us to follow up on, we are more than just happy to do that. Okay? It's all in the service of God and country. Over here at Black Empire Media in the Black Pot. In fact, we behave like electricity. It doesn't matter whether you are our friend or our enemy. Once you touch us, you get electrocuted. That is how the law is supposed to be. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. Recommend us to family and friends so they can all be part of this wonderful caboodle. We are on Monday to Friday from 6 p.m. and then we work it down all the way through. I am happy you are with us. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. We have 3 stories today as usual. Story number 1. Watch this, my youth. Ashanti MP who cheated with helicopter crash victim's wife exposed. Ashanti MP who cheated with helicopter crash victim's wife exposed. On the 6th of August 2025 this year, there was a Z9 helicopter, military style, that flew from the capital of Ghana, Accra, at exactly 9:12, having been delayed for over 1 hour because of bad weather. Now the plane finally took off. It carried 8 people on board. And then when it rose into the clouds, weather conditions went bad again. And the pilot decided to fly using both visual and machines or equipment on the plane. The plane crashed. 8 people went down the drain. One of those is the subject of discussion tonight. My brother, my sister, Samuel Abuaje. He was one of the 8 that went down the drain, and many wept. He was the youngest member on board. Samuel Abuaje. He was the Deputy Director General of NADMO, and he was in charge of relief and protocol. He was born, my brother, my sister, in September 1990. The gentleman here was born in Damongo, in the northern region of Ghana. He grew up in the area, learning how to speak Gonja and making a lot of friends in the north. He loved the terrain. He went to school right there in Damongo until his father, who was an agric extension officer, was transferred out of the region. He initially didn't want to leave the region, but he had no choice because his father had to move on. My brother, my sister, born in 1990, only 35 years old. In fact, 1 month before his 35th birthday, the plane crashed and took his life. He left behind a wife and 2 children, both females. Now this gentleman here grew up wanting to do serious business. In 2013, he had the opportunity to fly all the way to Germany to do business. And that opened the door for him for international business. From Germany, he found his way into the United Kingdom, and then he started flying left, right, and center. In 2017, he was spoken to return home from all the journeying so that he could help the nation grow. He came into the country in 2017, and he continued to do business here. In 2020, he decided to run for MPship. He won in 2024, but because of some calculation mistakes, correlation mistakes, he was declared the loser, and the matter is still in court, as we are told. He died without ever being pronounced as an MP. He so much wanted to be one. He had a lovely wife, my brother, my sister, who is based in America presently. Very beautiful and nice. Now, a few months after his departure, this gentleman here has become the subject of a very important discussion. Now, we all remember that when the plane crashed, it was broken into several pieces and it went up in flames. All 8 people who were aboard the helicopter were charred beyond recognition. In other words, bent beyond recognition. And these were the people on board the aeroplane. We all remember, just in case you don't remember, Dr. Edward Omani Buama, the Minister of Defense, he went down. Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Mutala Muhammad, aka a Zion man, he was the Minister for Environment. He went down. Alhaji Muniru Muhammad was the Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator, who was a personal liaison man to the President of Ghana. This is Dr. Samuel Sapon, Vice Chairman of the NDC. Mr. Samuel Abuaje, former parliamentary candidate 2020 and 2024. The only time he was going to be declared winner, coalition errors denied him of that, and the matter is still in court. He never lived to see himself declared winner and therefore becoming an honorable member of parliament. Peter Anala, the pilot, squadron leader, flying officer Maneen Chum Ampedu, and Ernest Ado, sergeant. All these wonderful gentlemen went down the drain. Their bodies were charred, bent beyond recognition, and therefore we needed a DNA to be able to recognize these bodies, as the Muslim community learned that there were 2 Muslims aboard the Z9 military-style helicopter, which was manufactured somewhere in 2012, and we got it in 2015. After every 10 years, we were supposed to take it for maintenance. And in May, when it was time to maintain the helicopter, the authorities, the engineers and technicians came to fix it. And when they checked it, they said, oh, it's still in a very good condition. Let us extend the maintenance by another 90 days. And the 90 days from May was supposed to fall on the 18th of August. Before they could come and fix it, the plane crashed on the 6th of August, 12 days before the time. The good news is that there was no technical error on the plane. So it was not a technical problem that brought down the plane. It was purely weather conditions, as told to us via the black box found on the aircraft. My brother, my sister, these 8 people went down the drain. Now, Mr. Samuel Abuaje left behind 2 children. One of them is only 3 years old now. My brother, my sister, with his beautiful wife. We are told that while he was alive, he doubted that he was the father of this beautiful girl, whose identity we would like to keep on the wraps right now, my brother, my sister, for obvious reasons. And this is the beautiful woman that was the wife of this man called Samuel Abuaje. He doubted that the baby was his, according to his family. So when he died, it was a good opportunity when the nation started demanding for a DNA to be done. They quickly went for the daughter for the DNA test. According to the family, the lady agreed that she would bring the daughter for the test, but later she reneged and refused to do that. When they chased her up to her house, they realized that she had packed and left the whole place, refusing to subject the baby to the DNA test process. So the family now had to fall on the first child of Mr. Samuel Abuaje. That was how they were able to use the DNA test to recognize his charred body. And this is the child we are talking about. My brother, my sister, when Mr. Samuel Abuaje died, his wife read a tribute, and that tribute touched everybody. The part that rocked everybody in the country, my brother, my sister, was caught on court cards all over the country. And here we are from the Ghana report. Until we meet again, I hold on to our love, unbroken by time, untouched by death. You would always be my forever. Samuel Abuaje, my dear husband. And this one came from the wife. And this is the photograph of the wife. Today, the wife is refusing, according to the family, to subject to a DNA test their daughter, so that at least the family will be able to tell that this is our child. It has become a huge issue. The family has run to court. And in court, they are asking the court to force, to compel, that is the legal term, this young lady to bring the baby there for a certain DNA test to be able to prove the paternity of their son's daughter. Oh my God. And as it stands right now, it's a big issue that is being discussed all over the place. For me, from where I stand, it is legitimate. Now, in our country, when it comes to cheating in every relationship, in every marriage, men are those who most of the time are fingered. But when it comes to DNA testing, it's normally women who run away from that. Can I say it again? In every marriage, it is the man who is fingered as the cheater. He is the one who is always cheating. Yet when it comes to DNA testing, it's the women who run away from that. And this is an irony. My brother, my sister, in good times, they enjoy themselves. They had fun. Mr. and Mrs. Abuaje. Today in death, it doesn't look like his soul is resting in peace. His soul wants to be able to tell that this is truly his child. His soul wants to know exactly who fathered this beautiful baby that he called his daughter. And the family wants to uphold this to the end of the whole process. As we speak right now, all the newspapers in Ghana have published this story, and everybody is running a commentary. Look at what Ghana were put up. Family of late Samuel Abuaji drags widow to court over refusal to conduct DNA test on child. Run the story. And it is an interesting story. He said the family of the late Samuel Abuaji, a former deputy director of the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, who died in the August 6, 2025 Ghana Armed Forces helicopter crash, has taken his widow, Mrs. Abigail Abuaji, to the Obuasi District Court. Now the court revolves around Mrs. Abuaji's refusal to hand over their 3-year-old child to the family for a DNA test. That's shut away. Now, according to the family head, there was a time Samuel Abuaji suspected that there was a certain MP in the Ashanti region was sleeping with his wife because he had seen his car around their home, and he had been told that in his absence this MP was lurking around their home and lurking around his wife. Some other people gossiped to him that they believed that that MP was sleeping with his wife because they had seen them in obscure places. And some of these gossips are so normal in Ghana. People gossip. They have time for gossip more than they have time for work. But before names could be mentioned, one MP from the Ashanti region has come out to own up to the allegations, and he's fighting the allegations. Who is this MP? My brother, my sister, the family has mentioned the name of the MP in close quarters without bringing it out publicly for fear of court cases and legal issues. But before the name of this MP could be officially mentioned, he has come out, and what is he saying? He went on Facebook and he made it clear. His name is Honorable Vincent Eko Asefua. Why are people calling and texting me like I am the only Kumasi MP in Ghana? Please, I am just here eating my wache in peace. I don't even own a cotton swab. Why is he talking about the cotton swab? That is what they normally use for the DNA. And he's already saying, it is not me. People have looked at the baby, they have looked at his face, and they believe that they actually look alike, as the family head has alleged. He said, when you look at the baby, and you look at this MP who was lurking around you know for sure that this is the baby of that MP. Coupled with the fact that the wife is not ready to submit to this DNA test. It looks like the family has a very important nut to crack. Did this MP really have something to do with the wife of Samuel Abuaje? Is it true? If it's not him, then who is it? Did he cheat? Did she cheat? In my opinion, a DNA is so simple. Go ahead and have the DNA if you suspect. And to Abigail, it is an opportunity to even put a lot of honor on your husband who you say is your forever, and death will never separate you, and that you would love him till the end of time. This is time to bring honor to his name. Or could there be another reason? Come here. Did the two of them agree before the death of Samuel Abuaje that truly it was not his child, but they should just keep it between them? If she goes to court to say this, my brother, my sister, how would the courts respond to this? Me and my husband saw the truth that he was incapable of making more babies after the first one. And we had a baby outside our marriage. And we agreed to keep it a secret to ourselves. The man is dead. He wouldn't be able to say, oh, you know what? It's not true. Between a husband and a wife, so many things can happen. But as it stands right now, Abigail is refusing to bring the baby out for a DNA test. And I think that the baby should be protected. If there's so much pressure on her to bring out the baby for any DNA test, and she is not willing because she knows the skeletons in her cupboard, the baby could be harmed. If she believes that she will be embarrassed and be put into shame, if the DNA is done, the possibility is that the baby could be harmed. Are we putting in place a lot of caution when we are discussing these issues? What was the relationship between husband and wife? Did they have problems in their marriage? Did the man really suspect that this was not his child? Did she tell the man the truth before the man died? And did they decide that they would just keep it between them? Now the family is trying to wake up a sleeping lion. All these things are very possible. Only a DNA test will be able to prove this. And this is the case. Abigail is not ready for that. Can the courts force a DNA test? Compel a DNA test? And when the truth finally comes out, what would happen? Are we protecting the baby? This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. We are interested in the case so much because it just came out from the content of the black box, how the plane crashed. It looks like some of the souls are still not resting in peace even after the news came out about how the plane crashed. And one of those souls is Samuel Abuaje. His soul may only rest if the truth hits him as to who really fathered this beautiful baby, 3-year-old baby. Is a Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey-ya! Hey-yo! Woyo!
Blackpot. Coco show man.
It's the Blakk Pot, aka Coco Show, and here we speak truth to power. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, it's time to hit on the subscription button. Remember to also hit on the notification button so that anytime we are on, you'll be reminded to watch us. Please share the broadcast and make sure you recommend us to many more. It takes just 1 second to subscribe. Look at the subscription button and just hit pa, and we are done. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Coco Show, in the service of God and country. This is the headquarters of the truth. And my name, Blakk RASTA. Story number 2. Watch this. BAWUMIA cries foul over NPP rejection. Now the political career of BAWUMIA has come to an end. Nobody can resurrect it. Not even the man everybody believes can resurrect everything. It's finished. He told us lies. Ghanaians are fed up with the lies. He told us that he's not a responsible politician. He was only a mate following a certain driver like a zombie. He didn't have his own thoughts. And Ghanaians remember this clearly. This is BAWUMIA. He was born in 1963. That's him. He's not a little boy. He's quite educated. He was born in the northern region of Ghana. He hails from Wale Wale. That's why some people call him the Wale Wale Adam Smith, because he's an economist. And we all know the relationship between economics and Adam Smith. One is the father of the other. My brother, my sister, this is BAWUMIA. The first time we saw him in Ghanaian politics, we were so amazed at his eloquence. He was a garrulous politician. He spoke and convinced us. The NPP used him as their hatchet man, the executionist or bravo. He did his job. He had an eloquent wife as well, and he dragged her on the campaign trail, and together they were a very, very nefarious duo, ready for action, and we loved them. They were killers, and they did it right. Beautiful woman, Samira BAWUMIA. If you didn't even like what she was saying, you loved her beauty, her appearance. We voted for them, hoping that the beauty will translate into something beautiful for the economy, and that his brain will translate into something marvelous for the economy. Little did we know that he was a fake, a hoax. He came, he was totally impotent. In fact, he was docile, he was limp. He was the chairman of the economic team, and he helped Kenneth Nana Yaw Oforiatta to destroy the economy. Today he wants us to bring him back and make him president of the nation. It looks like the NPP people have rejected him. The party itself is now calling him what? Watch this. What is the party calling him? BAWUMIA is an outsider, and like a slave who was brought in to serve us. He is not fit to occupy the main seat as a leader. Leave it there. Hey. And who is this man? He's called Ashanti Boateng, MP for Ashanti Achim South. And we are told that this is from Joy News. BAWUMIA is an outsider, and like a slave who was brought in to serve us. He is not fit to occupy the main seat as our leader. My brother, my sister, Ashanti Boateng, MP for Ashanti Achim South. My brother, my sister, and he belongs to the NPP. My brother, my sister, it's been published by Ghana Web as well, that BAWUMIA is not happy that he is being called a stranger. It's been published by so many other news outlets that BAWUMIA is not happy that he is being labeled a stranger. And according to Joy News, this is what BAWUMIA is saying. NPP flag bearer race. BAWUMIA condemns outsider tag, urges party to unite and embrace diversity. What is diversity? What is diverse about BAWUMIA? Is it his ethnicity or where he's coming from? Watch Ghana Web. People who call me an outsider don't know the history of NPP. Tell us the history, BAWUMIA. Run it by youth. Watch this. Mahmoud BAWUMIA has expressed his disappointment with some of his opponents in the flag bearer race over what he termed as tribalistic comments against him. Dr. BAWUMIA, who is currently on his campaign tour of the Western region, spoke during a rally where he noted that some of his opponents have labeled him an outsider or slave brought into the party despite his long-standing involvement and service. Sometimes you hear things that make you sad as an individual. Some of my opponents have gone around saying that BAWUMIA is a stranger to this party. They have said that I am an outsider. They even said that I was brought in as a slave to this party. He bemoaned. He warned that such comments are rooted in tribalism, which he described as dangerous and divisive, and urged party members to reject this form of politics. Dash. I can't agree with BAWUMIA more. Dash it away. What BAWUMIA is saying is nothing but the truth. Come here! My brother, when they sent him out on the campaign trail, he was the major destroyer of the opponents of the NPP, and they applauded him. Anytime BAWUMIA was absent in the campaign trail, the whole trail went down aground. BAWUMIA was the hatchet man. He came in with his beautiful wife. He spoke all the economics that Ken Ofori-Atta and Nana Akufo-Addo combined did not understand. In fact, he worked himself dry. Everywhere they went, BAWUMIA's name had to take the lead. Every distraction they were engaged in, BAWUMIA became the litmus paper. Today they have used him, abused him, and have refused him. They call him a slave. Is he a slave? Of course he is. He told us himself that he was only the mate. What is the difference between the mate and the slave? The slave has no mind of his own. It's the same thing as the mate. Once the driver says, let's go in this direction, Jo Jara Joro. Let's stop, Jo Jara Joro. Let's go to the right, Jo Jara Joro. Let's go to the left, Jo Jara. About them, Jo Jara Joro. That was what BAWUMIA was doing. He was a zombie. He inspired Fela to make that song. People like him. Today I'm angry. An educated man. Nana Addo said he saw the brilliance in you and decided to bring you to be able to suggest and help implement policies that will make Ghana move forward. When you were turned into a mate, Joro Jara Joro, you sat back because of your big stomach. You were just taking salary and eating very. And while people were coming to greet you, wait, nah. Like that, he was satisfied with that. They would bring him kuli and kose and masa and also cocoa, and he would drink. Nah. You were nothing but a mate, a slave. He was so loyal to his master, he couldn't even challenge his master, just like the slave. You know what they did? They relegated them into the act of commissioning toilets. He became the toilet master. Even the president, John Dramani Mahama, while in opposition, referenced his position as the toilet master. He went ahead to tear down John Dramani Mahama, nicknaming him Alhaji John. He was the architect of the incompetent Mahama tag, which stayed on Mahama till he came back the second time to be able to deal with issues. My brother, my sister, this is BAWUMIA. Today he said that they are calling him a slave. But what are you? Now, the NPP itself came all the way, my brother, my sister, from a certain outfit that called itself the NLM, National Liberation Movement. My brother, my sister, it was founded somewhere on the 19th of September, if my memory serves me right, in 1954. 19th September in 1954, in the palace of the Ashanti at Manchia. It was founded by the linguist of the Ashanti. His name was Bafo Yao Akoto. NLM. And who were they? They were disgruntled members of the CPP, Nkrumah CPP. They were angry with the CPP and broke away. Why were they angry with the CPP? Because Nkrumah was trying to use the gold money, gold coming from Ashanti, to help develop other parts of the country. And they said no. They didn't like it. So they broke away from Nkrumah. Founded their own party in 1954. Nkrumah went ahead to get independence for us in 1957. And they became very aggrieved. People like Buzia, K.A. Buzia, Kofi Abrefa Buzia, joined hands with the NLM. In fact, Nkrumah has a different name for them, and I don't want to mention it here. My brother, my sister, it was an Akan party. Founded in the palace of the Asante, and their symbol was this: Yatiahon. We are not part of you anymore. We want our own kingdom. Our gold should never be used to develop any part. When Nkrumah became president, from being a prime minister, my brother, my sister, they continued to fight him and fight him and fight him till they succeeded in taking him out in 1966 and bringing on Kofi Abrefa Buzia later, after the NLC. My brother, my sister, that is the history of the party that gave birth to the NPP. It's an Akan party. But in the past, there was a man called Dombo, SD Dombo. He was the founder of the Northern People's Party. He had seats in parliament. He joined hands with all these people, the UP and all of them. Because tribal politics and tribal political parties were all banned in Ghana. The Ghana people had their own party, Ghana Shikome Party. The Muslims had their own party. It was called the Muslim Brotherhood Party. Did you know that we had a party like that in Ghana? The Northern people had a tribal party called the Northern People's Party. Nkrumah banned all those parties that were tribalistic parties and also religious parties like the Muslim Brotherhood. So they all had to come together and found the UP, United Party. It's from the loins of the NLM, the UP, that we have the NPP today. So at first, they only said Buzia Dankwa, tradition. It was Kufuor under pressure who forced SD Dombo's name into that tradition. Buzia Dankwa Dombo. Today, BAWUMIA says that he's a Dombo. He's not a Buzia, he's not a Dankwa, but he's a Dombo. How about Aliu Mahama? What was he? Aliu Mahama was what? Can somebody tell me? If BAWUMIA is a Dombo, what is Aliu Mahama? What was he? Let's be serious. This is a tribalistic party, and they are trying to remind BAWUMIA of his history. You are a slave to us. How can we sit down for a slave to become the leader of a party? That is so tribalistic. These people never change. From the days of the NLM, all through the UP, their DNA is still tribalism and bigotism. BAWUMIA would have become a better person if he had come out to say, I came in here to be a co-driver. Better still, a spare driver. Better still, an assistant driver. But my driver has turned me into a mate. I resign. But greed. Because that dwarf told him, when I complete my term, I will support you to become president after me. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. How can a toilet commissioner be supported to become president? You are a commissioner of toilets. Go and commission the toilets. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. There's a gentleman called Manasseh Azure. He's an investigative journalist. Par excellence. He's a smart dude. He saw this and he was so mad and angry. He didn't like how BAWUMIA was called a slave. He didn't like how BAWUMIA referred to himself as the mate. He hated the idea that they called BAWUMIA a stranger. And he writes. So he wrote. This is what he wrote. Manasseh Azure Awini. He says a different kind of outsider. While Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA was campaigning as the new patriotic party's running mate in 2008, Mr. Freddie Blakk was a member of parliament for the Convention People's Party, the CPP. He was a CPP MP for Elembele until January 7, 2009. And listen to this comparison. In 2011, Freddie Blakk joined the NPP. And 3 years later, he was elected the NPP's first national vice chairman. A year later, in 2015, an internal rift rocked and resulted in the expulsion of NPP's chairman, Mr. Paul Afoko. Paul Afoko from the north. They removed him. Freddie Blakk was appointed as the acting national chairman of the NPP. Can you see the trend? Listen. In 2018, Mr. Blakk contested and won as the NPP's national chairman. This was after he had been tagged Elembele Mugabe in Elembele and they kicked him out. They didn't even want to see him again. But the NPP still gave him a position. Remove Paul Afoko, whatever the internal wranglings were, and relegated him back to the north where he belonged. He didn't belong to Manshia. Dr. BAWUMIA, on the other hand, contested the 2008 election as a running mate to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and lost. The pair again lost the 2012 election, and then when the NPP went to court to contest the election's outcome, Dr. BAWUMIA was the star witness. Not Blakk, not Nana Addo, not Kenoforiata, none of those royals, so-called royals, was fit, eloquent enough to become the star witness. It was BAWUMIA. And it was televised. We all saw it at the petition hearing. Some top NPP members I interviewed for my book said BAWUMIA's acceptance to testify was an act of bravery and sacrifice, for it had the potential to obliterate his political career. Kai. But if a heavy load placed on your head does not break you, it strengthens your neck. Dr. BAWUMIA acquitted himself credibly. Yes? In the witness box, his brilliance endearing him to many outside the party. Some top NPP guns even tinkered with the idea that he should be fielded as the party's candidate in 2016. At his third attempt at the presidency, Nana Addo won the 2016 presidential election with BAWUMIA as the running mate. Now the duo secured a re-election in 2020, and in the 2024 election, Dr. BAWUMIA represented the NPP as his candidate, in which the party was defeated. Today, Dr. BAWUMIA is campaigning again to lead the NPP in 2028, and some leading members of the party do not think he is fit to lead. And what is their reason? He is a stranger to the party, an outsider. He is a stranger of the party, an outsider, of course. Do you now understand why I began this tale with Freddie Blair's rise in the NPP? Was Freddie Blair like BAWUMIA, not an outsider? Well, Dr. BAWUMIA is a different kind of outsider or stranger. He is the only non-Akan in the NPP's flag bearer contest. The NPP has long been tagged by its opponents as an Akan party, and Dr. BAWUMIA is the only candidate whose ethnicity and religion keep dripping from the venomous lips of his opponents. Now, the vilest of all tribal vitriol against BAWUMIA came this week from the Member of Parliament for Ashanti South, Kweku Ashanti Boateng. In an interview granted on Adum FM, the MP is quoted as saying the following about Dr. BAWUMIA's desire to lead the party. When there is a vacant seat in the family to be filled, you don't give it to an outsider who was brought into the family to serve. You don't elevate an outsider or a slave who was brought in to serve to the highest seat. He added, we brought BAWUMIA and made him vice president, and that should be enough. You don't elevate such an outsider to the main seat. He has been honored with the vice president, and that should be enough. He was an outsider who just served us. As extreme and unfortunate as these words are, they mirror a dangerous obsession amongst many others who see the NPP as an ethnic possession. In the previous race ahead of the 2024 election, Dr. BAWUMIA's main character and contender, Kennedy Ejapong, said in a media interview that if the NPP voted for BAWUMIA, then Ghana would have two Northerners as flag bearers of the main political parties in the presidential election. Two Northerners. Kennedy Ejapong said that. Meanwhile, it never occurred to anyone in the past to question why only sadness had led the winnable political parties in Ghana. As these attacks against BAWUMIA show no signs of abating, it will be helpful to the NPP, especially those seeking to lead on account of ethnicity, to think a bit more deeply. If you denigrate non-accounts to win as your party's candidate, how will you campaign to the members of the other ethnic groups in the main election? Big question. Oh, he's a slave. He's a slave. Oh, he's a slave. Dash it away. This is Manasseh, Awini Azure. And it's made it clear. As long as you are an Akan, you can belong to the CPP, you can belong to any other party. Once you join the NPP, that is your home. After all, you are can. But if you are a Northerner, you are always a stranger. Even the Dombo tag will not save you from being a slave. To BAWUMIA, wow, you were greedy. You were visionless. Today, you are the slave that you are. I'm happy for you. Carry it on your head. Your political career is dead because you were very greedy. You will continue to remain the toilet commissioner till the end of time, until you repent. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. Hey ya, hey yo, woyo,
Skipper George. Blakk Pot. Kukusho, man.
It's a Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. A salute of patriotism. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do. And if you haven't hit on the notification button, please do, so that you'll be reminded to watch us each time you are on. This is the headquarters of the truth, and I'm most excited to be with you. Now, let's see your comments, okay? You can send them via Facebook. Let them also come via YouTube. And we are happy to read your messages. Remember, we are also on X, formerly called Twitter. We are also on Instagram. You can also find us on TikTok, where we keep ticking and talking with the hands of patriotism, okay? Gabriel Caesar says, oh, Chairman Pa, Tanko Muntari Wissa says, Black Rasta, blaze them. We are watching you live from the UAE. Mami Ekuya Yale Fando says, hello, Black Rasta, welcome. I am glued to your show. Thank you, Mami. We love you. Alaji Binyurbu Shale Savulugu says, good evening, Black Rasta. Watching you live. Woyo. Ibra Kadabra says, assalamu alaikum, Rasta. Wa alaikum salam. Ibra Kadabra. Okay? More comments coming in. Send them via Facebook. Let them also come via YouTube. We're ready to read them. F4 Yesuto says, NPP itself is a confused group of elephants. Joe Franklin says, we don't need the NPP again in this country because they are not to be trusted. Thank God now Ghanaian youth are wise. Oh yes. Yes, a lot of stealing in the NPP. God bless you, Black Rasta, for the good work. Yes, and may the Lord protect you. You are a national asset. Salutes of patriotism. Thank you. More comments coming in. All right. Ivy Lee says their DNA is the same. They can never change. I'm sure he's talking about the NPP. Akbalu Solomon says, NPP, please let common sense be at play here. What at all is good about the NPP today? Isaac is laughing like a killer. Yes, Suto Efo says toilet commissioner and is cracking his ribs. More comments coming in, and you can see the footsteps of the comments hitting you. Send them via YouTube. Let them also come via Facebook. And I see you, Mellow. Yes, Commander Mellow. He says, hey. Okay. Enna. Okay. Angel Gideon says, as for Black Rasta and unnecessary sensationalism, All the surveys from the inception of this primary show, BAWUMIA is most favorite to be voted for. So where from your initial statement saying BAWUMIA's career is finished? I like that. Are you an MPP member? I like that. Do you know our party and who we are voting for more than we do? Please yourself in that propaganda-infested studio. Hallelujah. I like it when people dare me like this. So you're going to vote for a toilet commissioner? Muamu Cheäted. Go and vote for him. He'll commission more toilets for you. You see that he's written a very beautiful thing. He didn't throw insults, but he has sent his message across beautifully. No kwasia, no abua. And I'm responding to him. Right now, BAWUMIA has been forgotten. Wale Adam Smith is now toilet commissioner. It's between Kennedy Japan and Brian Echampo. And even them, I don't want them to win. The MPP shouldn't win till the next 7 trillion years. When me and you meet in heaven, you shake my hand and say, hey, you spoke the truth too, Baba. Okay? More comments coming in. And watch that, okay? From Facebook and also from YouTube. And who is this? I'm trying to see your name. Nyansahene, I think. How could he have resigned since there's money under the table? I like that. Commander Mello says, a child given to a lofty a toffee. A child giving a toffee. A child giving a toffee. Okay. So Jaff Freebird says, King D, morally it's not acceptable. A man can marry many as he likes, but women know. Moral lesson. Well, what do you think? More comments coming in. All right, send them via YouTube. Let them also come via Facebook. And we have many more comments coming in. And I see Penyin. Penyin is here. And he's saying something. He said, it be the same, Rasta. Okay. Jaff Freebird says, Charlotte Agbeka, my sister. A man is not perfect either. But giving birth for another man in your marital home and assigning it to your husband is the highest disrespect to a man. And the debate goes on. Ivy Lee says he wanted to be used. And they did exactly that. I can't feel bad for him. And that's BAWUMIA. I feel the same way. Ahmed Tijani Suleiman says, woman. And is referring to Abigail Abwaje. More comments coming in. Say, Blakk. So is it today that the NPP know that BAWUMIA is an outsider? NPP and jokes pa. And this is F4 Yesuto. On my Nyansahene, Nana Nyansahene Angwa says, Warrior a black pot. Kuku show them all. And we have King D. He says, Charlotte Agbeka. Do you know? A man is not allowed to marry. Well, the message is not clear. King D, come back so that we can read it properly. Yeah, more comments coming in. And Billy Graham Donko says, Blakk, welcome. Thank you so much and thank God for your life. We love you so very much. Keep your good work for Ghana and Ghanaians. And Ghanaians will certainly remember you for the good jobs for the motherland. Rap Thunder says, welcome, legendary Blakk. No Bob says, there's nothing honorable about Vincent Asifua. But then again, I blame the wife. And what Sadat Larry says, Salam alaikum, Blakk Rasta, Kukushonamo. Yao Adobo says, good evening, my professor. I am watching you live from Senegal. Que Dieu vous donne plus de force. Vous êtes vraiment patriotique. Rien que la patrie. Notre pays. Ou rien. Thank you so much. He's praying for God's blessing for us. He's praying for health and power for us. And he says we are truly patriotic. Thank you so much, Yao Adobo. And of course, Anwar Sadat Larry says, I heard your song on Facebook. It's so lovely, Blakk. Are you talking about a goat dance? That's a very old song. We really have very beautiful songs. It's just some Ghanaians who don't speak the truth. So go check out our, songs, you'll be shocked what kind of music we make. Yeah? And was that Larry said, Black Rasta, you have the talent, keep pushing it. Okay? Jonas' mom says, let's hit the like button. Please like the video. Jonas' mom says, like, please. And subscribe. No Bab says, Asifwa is a raging maroon. Should I pronounce the word properly? Asifwa is a raging moron. Why do you say that? Emmanuel Ania says, interesting things are happening in this country indeed. Doris Ohenewa Apia is shocked with big eyes. What? Sweet Papito TV says, Amaraba Rasta Sabenle, please. Thank you for speaking truth to power. Come here. Wayoy. Amevi Tukada says, hello, Black Rasta. Sweet Papito says, always watching in silence. Survivor says, good evening, Black. I am awake, waiting to hear you. JDSGH says, greetings, Black. We are live. Woyoy. Kelly Black says, Black Rasta, you are welcome. Today, your secretary spoke with me. I am grateful. Blessed love. Rich Lip says, good evening, everyone and every two. Welcome to the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo. Bore Issa says, hey, Black Star. In journalism, the corruption in Ghana is unbearable. The truth is manifesting. Truth is wisdom. Joseph Ashley says, I am happy to be here on time. Black Rasta. Kelly Black says, like and share the show, guys, because we are only to do this to help keep the show moving up and up and up. Thank you so much, Kelly Blacks. Aboy Israel says, thank you for speaking our language on your show. Lisa, I don't know what talk it was for. Jakpata beda view, monye kuo, agbeno heavy, egba fumato. Ken Colley says, hello, family. Share the broadcast. Akpe kaka, akpe siya. Oh my God. More comments will be read in the second batch. In the interim, please share the broadcast. Hit the like button. This is story number 3. Watch this. Wontumi runs to Lordina to beg MAHAMA. Chairman Wontumi is a dunderhead with no common sense. These are the people who think money is everything. Once I'm richer than you, then you are an idiot. We heard him speak like a 2-year-old, no common sense. MAHAMA is a rapist. MAHAMA is a pedophile. This idiot sat on TV and talked about how MAHAMA defiled his own maidservant because they were in power and they became so lawless. Nana Addo Dankwa sat down there and watched this dunderhead speak like an asshole. Excuse my French. I beg your pardon. I am angry every time I see this guy's face. He said that MAHAMA defiled his own maidservant. His wife had gone to the market. It hurts me that I'm repeating this. But for clarity, and when the wife went, he called the maidservant into his room and Pastor, this is what he said. A former president, a former vice president, a man who served our nation, no scintilla of corruption has officially been slapped him. Do you have evidence? This was what he said on his filthy Wontumi TV. My brother, my sister, this was the man when his government was running down the nation, borrowing $3 billion American dollars from the IMF and the World Bank. When Ken Oforiatta was busily milking us, taking his commission via data bank on every loan that he got into this country for facilitating loans. These are criminals. And everyone was crying in the country. Wontumi said he had so much millions in his pocket, he was going to buy Chelsea Football Club. He became the Almighty. Everywhere he went, people were shouting, Chairman, Chairman. And he felt that, yes, that was it. He allegedly drove his galamseyers, including those he brought from China, to go into the Nimri forest and desecrate the forest and steal our gold. After stealing, because his party was in power, he still came on TV and showed us the gold that he stole from us, and was spreading the propaganda that the forest reserves have so much minerals. The white man just didn't want us to go in there. This was it. Normally, I like to recap some of the things about people I talk about. So if you are watching us for the first time, you know who we are talking about. This is Chairman Wontumi. Very little education. He went to England, teamed up with a woman. He got his papers. And after some time, somebody told him, we have a cheap country here called Ghana, where idiots like you can become managers of the economy. Come. And he came. And truly, he realized that what he couldn't do in England, he could do it here. 100%, and no policeman could cough. His name was enough to scare every law away from him. These idiots were in power. Today, my brother, my sister, we already carried a story where he went out begging Mahama. It looks like Mahama has told him, Wontumi, you know what? It's not about me. Whatever you have said about me, I've left you to God. Like Kufuor told Rollins, Papa no minim die mi ayeno. Mi do na manyame. Mahama told him, I've forgiven you for everything you have said. The sins you have committed, they are not against me. They are allegedly against the state. And the state machinery will take time to analyze this and take you through a trial. It looks like Wontumi has realized that the 15 years might not even be enough for him in jail. The 15 years people are talking about, his own director, manager, has turned his back against him. Right now, he has realized that his party cannot do anything after stealing our money to go and build that useless hole there that they claim they were putting a cathedral on. Today, it looks like Wontumi has gathered his Ashanti regional people. You know, he's the Ashanti regional chairman of the NPP, and that is their World Bank, is their biggest whatever in terms of votes. After all, the party was created and originated in the Ashanti region. He has gathered the people. And one of his hatchet men says this. Watch this. What is he saying? He's saying this. Paul Yando runs to Lordina to beg President Mahama over Wontumi's verbal attacks. Mahama has told you already. You have said so many things about me. I've forgiven you. Right now, your problem is with the state. I am not the state. Deal with the state. Now, the Jantua is going to Lordina. What emotional blackmail. Now, watch this. Now, the Ashanti Regional Communications Director of the New Patriotic Party, Paul Yando, has appealed to President John Dramani Mahama to pardon the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP, Bernard Enchibo-Siako, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, for any offense he may have committed against him. Now, according to Yando, Chairman Wontumi may have gone overboard in some of his utterances about the president. He described Wontumi's comments as unfortunate, but noted that they were made in the heat of political discourse. He therefore pleaded with President Mahama to temper justice with mercy and consider Wontumi's statements as mere political talk rather than a personal attack. Dash it. Who is Polyando? You know him? Communications person of the Ashanti region. My brother, it's not anything personal against Mahama. So you see how they want to play on the minds of Ghanaians. Oh, this matter is in court because Wontumi insulted Mahama. Do you know the amount of insult Mahama has stomached? As for Mahama, I pray he doesn't die before me. If he does, I will be at the post-mortem for the first time. I've never seen a post-mortem. I will open his stomach and count the number of insults. They are like the stars in the skies. They are like the sand on the seabed. Every idiot wakes up and his Mahama is insulting. Even me, I've insulted him before. Everybody wakes up and Mahama is his insult bag. If we have a punching bag, then we have an insulting bag too. An insult bag. When Wontumi was personally attacking him, it was not political. He called him a rapist. He called him a pedophile. And he didn't have a scintilla of evidence. Such a man is a demon. He has wife, children, family. You will call him a rapist. His children go to school. Oh, your father is a rapist. Your father, they chop the maid servant for house. Abba, because of politics. But again, Mahama says, hey, listen. This is what he told Wontumi. You are not the only person who has ever attacked me personally. Have you seen me go after anybody? No. Even Kennedy Japan called me a fool and a thief. Kwasiasano, kromfo, Mahama kromfo, Mahama kwasia. And those words, they sound heavy in my mouth. I beg your pardon. On tape. Kennedy Japan met Mahama. And he thought that Mahama was going to explode in his face. But Mahama met him with a smile and embraced him and started cracking a joke. He said, hey, Ken, no. Let me say me watch you. Hey, wow, no. And Ken couldn't talk. At that point, Mahama had to move. And when Ken was moving, he turned back, trying to come and tell Mahama, oh, Mahama, we the one man ferry. But Mahama was already gone. So he came on radio and TV and is on record having Kennedy Japan, and I salute him for that, apologizing to Mahama even before he became president. He said he was sorry for whatever he said against him, that he never knew Mahama was such a gentleman. So my brother, this issue about Wontumi going to court is the state versus Wontumi. The republic versus Wontumi. It's not Mahama versus Wontumi. No. When you went to Nimri Forest allegedly to destroy flora and fauna, brought Chinese all the way from China, who couldn't do a quarter of what they did to us here, via your foolishness, you brought them to destroy our land. Was Mahama there? Nana Addo sat down. The little dwarf told us that you were not engaged in any galamsey. Such an irresponsible dwarf. This man is destroying the land in Nimri Forest. Professor Frimpong Boateng wrote an extensive whatever and presented it to the document was solid. He still came out and said, it's a lie. Wontumi is not engaged in any galamsey today. He's not engaged in galamsey tomorrow. And Gabi Asari were told in that same report that he was the lawyer of the galamseyers. So it was a galamsey republic. What are you talking about? Today, you are looking for pardon. The rapist should pardon you for your obsession, your foolishness. Oh, Chairman Wontumi, bring him here. You tried to do this to the Otumfuo. They called you to Manshia and warned you. When in Swadia. Come here. Chairman Wontumi. You remember when I was telling you, slow down. You rather came out and insulted me that I should go and bath. I told you, slow down. My younger brother, slow down. So, go and bath. Black Rasta, go and bath. And I asked you, bath with which water? The Galamsey water, the polluted water. So, we are where I am your boss. He said, you are a boss. Then he started counting. I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this. What do you have? Today you see your smoothness level. You see kramai. Se neni en swadia na nye bolga jom. I hope I got it right. Kramai. Opu. Wow. Neni en swadia. Chairman Wontumi. Na nye bolga jomo. Awuni wo ho. Azure wo ho. Atinga wo ho. Na chichinga no kra no. Omu nyenye ni nyina wie. Dash my way. Dash. Come here. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo. And here we speak truth to power. Upon, send your comments in and let's close. If you haven't subscribed, it's time to subscribe. Okay? Kofi Penyin says, fear humans. Again, Joshua Nyagre is watching. King D says, Abigail, okay. I see. I know them, pa. Philemon Alokatwa is smiling. Alasan Abdul Fattah, he's laughing like a killer. Taddy boy. Hey, who is saying I'm a taddy boy? Mohammed, yes, proper taddy boy. Not them Biaboko. Basari Raymond is smiling. Taddy boy says Farouk Mohammed, present sir. Eugenia Mamet says, hey, Mawuga. Alajibu Yurubu shall ni ko mana savlogo. He's saying fire. Oja. Biyanibu Yurubu shall ni ko mana. And then Patawo says, hey, my gender. Abdul Razak Isifu Yidara says, Blakk, I came across a certain Hajia. It is Sharifa or Shifa, inciting that you should stop talking about Rashida issue because she is our own from the north. We don't hold grudges with anyone or her personal interest. Our interest is with the truth and honesty and equity. So you have answered it. You see, sometimes when I hear people say, this is our thief. So please, it's our thief. They will steal the cow that belongs to all of us and come and give us the hoofs. You know the hoofs, or the horns. And then we will support them because they gave us the horn or the hoofs. When we have that attitude, I've been to America, and some of these people live in America, where a mother can pick a phone and call the police on their own sons and daughters who have committed some alleged crimes. And I hear people ask me, but she was not a government worker. You are not a government worker and you are taking government money. We have seen how money from Edu Boahin's account got into your account. And if we have been able to prove via the Attorney General that is stolen money, then you are a person of interest. We have been able to prove. You claim you are in Ghana. And our intelligence says that you are in the United States. And we have brought your travel history to show the whole world that that is you. You are a potential criminal. You can fly out of Ghana and your records will not be there. You fly from here to Abidjan. We don't see where you go to. That's okay. And we don't see when you arrive in Ghana. Next time we see you are flying out of Ghana. How did you come from Ivory Coast through wherever to Ghana? We are interested in knowing. We've seen how you could fly in less than 24 hours, enter England and come back. We are interested in knowing. We have seen how you use 2 passports. One is a service passport and the other one, a service passport is almost like a diplomatic passport. It's given to officials who work with the government. Top class. If you are not a government worker, how do you get service passport? And you can use 2 passports at the same time. So yes, I do understand some of these people bringing in those sentiments because yeah, we are from the same area and all that. It makes sense. Yes, I understand. So when they approach me, I also bring up the facts and say, well, this is what I know. This is what I know. And when they say, oh, but let it go, I say, so that what? The stealing will continue. Oh, but the other people are still. That's what I hear. But the sadness have been stealing. Oh, but these people have been stealing. That have been stealing. So 2 wrongs make a right. Maybe I'm from a different planet. My understanding is very kitty. Maybe my dream and juma. We know say my dream. Because every Rasta they say smokes weed. I think I'm a different breed. I know Rashida, yes. We've traveled together in the north to do shows together and all that. I don't hate her. But again, this is electricity. We are all friends to electricity. But when we go against the loss of electricity, electricity becomes our enemy. Where have I gone wrong? I hear some other people say, oh, but the government hasn't come to accuse her yet. So we are telling you what we know so government can come and accuse her. Where have we gone wrong? Are we not supposed to be watchmen of the country? If I see a thief stealing, do I have to wait for government to come and accuse them before I say thief? I start shouting, thief! And police will come and arrest him. Now they will decide whether it's truly a thief or maybe a tourist who just hops from people's room to room to see what they have. Room tourist. Arafat Ramos Imoro says, fear woman and save your life. Oh, Daddy. I don't agree with that. Some men are dangerous. Some women can be dangerous. So that fear woman thing, it is misogynistic. Ivy Lee says hi, and Black Rasta says, how are you? Okay? And we have Nangbeng. Yes. Nangbeng says, if I don't watch you in a day, I don't sleep. Oh. Salute of patriotism to you. Keep it up. And Apostle Enim, oil man, says, I salute you, Black. King D says, women, fear them. Oh, marriage is not on my list. Hey, find a good woman. Marriage goes sweet you pass. Alewa. Obed Mensa Morgan says, fire. Richard Talku says, more fire, my man. All right. Okay. So we have Wellington here, William Wellington, and it says fire. Ahmed Tijani Suleiman says, thank you, Black Rasta, more fire. King D says, you are doing amazing work, Black. May God bless you, strengthen you, and grant you long life. Thank you. Klinogo Omega says, Black Rasta, please be sensitive to how you speak about the 8 departed souls. Okay, so our numbers are on the screen. Pick up and tell me what I've said that you think that is insensitive. As much as possible, I think that we've been very sensitive. But, I mean, you have seen something that we probably haven't seen. Please get back to me and let me know what you think I've said about the souls that you think could have been said better. Okay? Amenou Kalusha is watching. And we are also watching you. Okay? And then he says, speaking truth to power. Jah Rastafari, bless our Black Rasta, let it flow. Let it flow. Yeah. Charles Street Storm says, greetings, Black Rasta. How are you doing, my boss? Black, where are you tomorrow? So that you can bring thieves to come and steal my gold from Wontumi's Numri Forest, right? Call me tomorrow so that I'll show you where I am. I think I can just tell you. I'll be at the IGP's office tomorrow. So come. From there, I'll be going to the army barracks. Please come. Anyway, on a more serious note, yeah man, I'll be here tomorrow. I want to bring you some spicy corn meat, cow meat, and yash for the weekend. Cow meat and yaji. Do me a favor. Give it to the little children in your area and make sure they pray for me. When you give it to them, you let them say, may God lengthen the life of Blakk Rasta and protect him. That will help me more. Better still, if you can stop eating meat and eat vegetables, I will be happier. Okay? Daddy boy said, good evening, Blakk Rasta and the Black Empire Media team watching you live somewhere in the middle of the ocean. Hey, ocean boy. Blaze fire, black man. Okay? All right? Yes, so it looks like we'll take 2 more and we'll be done. Right? Good evening, Black. We still need more spice in the pot. More spice. Okay? Bliss. They are the same people who say spice. And when we put the spice, they say, yeah. National security is too much. Oh, yeah. Say spice. And when people dare us and try to tell us that we are lying, who put your documents here? You say we are lying. Okay. We accept we are lying. Who will bring your documents and show evidence? Oh, these are Dubois and those people. We knew everything about it. But kakra, so you could understand. Anyway. Nadi Collins says, good evening, Blakk Rasta. We are seated already. More fire. Bliss Abon says, welcome. Time for some truth. Gibrin Cisse says, bless up, boss man. Alajebun Yorubu Shal Savilu said, good evening, Blakk Rasta. Watching you live. Woyoy. One more and we'll be done for the day. Okay? Love you and we appreciate you. It's the Black Pot, aka Kokushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. All right? I love you and I appreciate you. Please subscribe to this channel. And again, spread the word. This is the headquarters of the truth. Hey yo! Hey why yo! Why yo!